recording, so there we go. Welcome everyone. Welcome. It's everyone's flying in. So hopefully everyone's finding. Just introduce yourselves in the chat. Good to see everyone. I recognize some faces. Good to see you. Welcome. So everyone pop in. Okay, so we're going to do the magnetic brain training, and my intention for you, because I'm also an energy worker as well, is that you actually get a full activation from being on this training. Like, you get such a lot of ahas, you naturally come back into alignment, you start to feel really magnetic about what your work is in the world, how you're going to message, how you're going to put yourself out there, what your true work is, and how you're going to show up with your clients. So I mean, I've done this training so many times, and every time we do it, it can be so powerful. So you can actually watch the training again. And I really sort of invite you that if you ever see me doing these trainings, because I do it quite regularly, jump on it again, because it's super powerful, because it's connected to your core essence. So it just naturally has a really big activation for you. So let's get going. Let's do it. So let's go from the start. Okay, can everyone see that? Everyone hear me okay? I'll just open up the chat so I can see any comments that are coming in. Okay, so this is about becoming your magnetic brand. And we're working from the concept that, you know, everything is inside of you, and you were actually designed for a purpose. So if you're an entrepreneur or you're in business, it's because you've got the codes for business. It's because you're naturally designed in your gifts to be really good at business. So what we need to do is we need to activate that as your brand so people can come towards you and really know who you are. So, you know, how do you stand out and become magnetic? You're going to operate from a place of passion and purpose. So that's the key. Like, people can feel that energy. If you've got the purpose and the passion, you're going to get better results for your clients, and you're going to think beyond the competition. So, I mean, my legacy work about this work and why I love to do it is I just love it when people really don't even care about what anyone else is doing online. They don't even barely look at what the competition is doing, and they're just way out in front, you know, like they're just way out in their lane doing their thing. Because when we get into that energy, we're operating from a different part of the brain. So we're going to be way more innovative. We're going to be the ones that lead. So we really want you to kind of activate that sort of that secret code that you've got in you. So this is me. Some of you have worked with me. Some of you don't know who I am. So I'm Jen Cudmore, as you can see. And I do brand identity. So this is what we're doing today. We're doing the part of the brand identity. We're really getting in connection with the unique, magnetic, authentic brand that is you. I do money works. We do manifesting money, manifesting money in alignment, like in a way that's an integrity to you, that's very, very in flow with your gifts, and also using a bit of quantum science, a bit of healing work, a bit of energy work, so that you're a vibrational match for money. We do sales mindset, like working out, you know, what you need to bring to the table for sales and how you do your sales. And we're doing the healing and energy clearing and the kinesiology. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm a trained kinesiologist with like 17 years experience as a kinesiologist. So that is going deeply into what's held in the body, what are the codes to your success, what's in your superconscious, subconscious, and then we even do a bit of cool stuff around testing the energy on strategies and things like that. So that's the secret source of the work that we do. So we're going to activate your magnetic brand. So becoming magnetic is to deeply know your strengths. Message to your ideal clients, your ideal aligned clients. I know Seth Godin talks about this. We don't worry about the people who aren't aligned. We don't even speak to them. We're speaking directly to these people that are really our ideal people, that are aligned to the purpose that we've got, the gifts that we've got, the talent that we've got, that speak our language. So, you know, my dream for you after this training today you can just straight away go and start messaging because you know exactly who they are because of what's going to sort of activate in the training. So you're not thinking, oh, what looks good online, or I have to say that, or this is what my, mentors have told me to do. You really are in that kind of soul communication and that soul sort of messaging with the people that you're going to do your best work with. And remember, when you're doing your best work, that's when your business goes to the next level. So it's more important that you work with the right people than the number of people, because then your business will never run out of oxygen, because the people that you attract will activate the next level of your business. And that's what we want. So we want to attract your true tribe and following, so the right people. And we want to be intuitively drawn to aligned strategies. Like there's so many amazing strategy out there for business and marketing. And we want to make sure we're drawn to the right ones, because we can waste 2 years going down the wrong track doing a funnel that might not be in alignment for us. And we want to make sure that we are intuitively drawing in the things that are going to take our business to the next level. And if you're here, perhaps you are interested in connecting to your higher purpose, what you're really here for. You don't want to waste your life. And also a higher power, like working, there's only so much we can do, but when we really tap into this magnetic brand, we access like a superpower of who we are and what we can do. And we want to live in that place where we're always in our superpower. And I see that as like the higher power. So we're simplifying your success, being magnetic, and allowing your business journey to be easy, fulfilling, and prosperous. We want it to be easy. Yeah, it's really important. Okay, so people communicate first through instinct. So the marketers know this really super well. They know how to, activate and trigger people's instincts, usually out of fear for people to buy. What we're inviting you to do here is, and we're inviting you to trigger people and activate people in their instincts through your own core magnetic brand. And that way, you're going to attract good energy and not, energy that's going to make you worried about if you can keep the success going. So we're in a different paradigm. We're not if we're talking about energy, we're not in the lower vibrations of scarcity marketing. We're in the high level, attracting the right people, taking the business to the next level sort of energy. So people reading people is how we do it. So they'll read your energy, your magnetic brand, and they'll just know. And when you get really good at this, you show up at a listing or you show up at a business appointment and they've already decided on you before you've even had the conversation. That's what we want. They've already decided they're working with you before a strategy call. In fact, you don't even need to do strategy calls if you're a coach or a thing, because they already know. And that's the magnetic energy. So your unique archetypes, they're your magnetic business, your motivation, the driving force of you and your business. So when I'm coaching with people, and some of them are really high level people, we just go over and over and over again on the archetypes. We squeeze every bit of juice out of them, and we never run out of the next strategy. We never run out of how to structure things, what the message is, because it's all there in the archetypes in your magnetic brand. So we've got 12 of them. So if you haven't done the assessment, I think it was on the webinar invitation, but you can go to my website and do the brand assessment. It says brand assessment. I recommend you do it. Don't try and guess what you are, because it's a really beautifully designed assessment. And I didn't design it. Kendall Summerhawk designed it. And so, we want to really trust that assessment, because just one point can really make a difference on what you're going to lean into. So make sure you do the assessment. Don't overthink it. I also suggest that when you start to do the assessment, you think about try and pick up the energy of who you really want to be. Like what is you, but what is that thing that you're really moving towards, and then answer the questions. Okay, romantic, put in the chat if you're a romantic. Who got romantic, who's done it, who's a romantic. So all of these, why they're so magnetic, guys, is that there's a spiritual contract that goes with them. In other words, it's your mission. If you're not into the word spiritual, it also means it's like your mission, it's your purpose, it's the driving force. It's how you're going to get connected and get stuff done. So your your spiritual contract is to deepen intimate connections. So, you know, say if I was on your board of directors or something and you came to me with your business plan, the first thing that we'd be checking out is this going to deepen intimate connections? And it's either a yes or a no. And if it's not, then you're out of alignment. So it's so great for the brain, because remember, the brain gets so confused and you can't run your business from the mind. So you're going to get hit by everybody's thought forms, everyone's opinions, everyone's strategies. So you've got to be almost like in your spirit or in your intuition or in your gut when you're making your business decisions. So you can ask yourself, am I deepening intimate connections? And if you are, you're on the way, you're in the right direction. So you have a deep desire for intimacy, connection, and being singled out as special. You're attentive, often elegant, and you promise the feeling of being loved, desired, indulged, or decadent, and you appeal to our core need to be loved and appreciated. And the enduring quality of the romantic appeals to our deep longing for the ideal relationship. So if you're a romantic brand archetype, you will want the ideal client. You will want to charge a pretty good price for what you do. And you'll want to value that client so that they become like a cherished friend or lover that just keeps coming back for more. That's your energy. So when you're thinking about your marketing and the way your business models, you'll naturally be drawn to be putting those aspects into it. And if anyone tells you to not do it, you go, sorry, I know what I'm doing, because that's how you're going to get the momentum. Yeah. So you magnetically attract clients who crave a deeper sensory experience. That's what they want. So make sure you have a deep connection, and you know the way you're coaching or the way you're showing up to, if you're selling and listing, if you're a CEO of a company, you want to have that kind of part of your business. So you'll find really creative ways of doing that. So your ideal clients want heartfelt connection. They want to feel desired and loved and special, and they love secrets and attention. They crave feeling that the center of your world, and they'll often pay a premium for this type of specialness. Give your business a high touch feel and include surprises that delight the senses. So your unique brand treats your clients as a cherished friend, and they'll appreciate your caring with loyalty and commitment. So you've got the vibe of the romantic, quite a special, brand, really very rich brand. So you've got to be in the energy of that, and you'll feel so good doing your work from that energy. And so you'll be able to do more work, serve at a higher level, etc., etc. So becoming magnetic, this is how you do it. So as I said, we can't run the business from the mind. So mindset will only take you so far. Mindset will only take you so far. Your business strategies will only take you so far. So what we're actually asking for here is a magnetic energy. We're asking for extra energy. We're asking for like that X factor about you. And these are what your strengths are. So your strengths are being open-hearted, enjoying pleasures, creating deep connection, following your passion, creating partnerships, appreciating beauty, focusing on the senses, and cultivating specialness. So I just invite you to just pick one of those things, like which one are you absolutely going to lean into, go away and message from, journal about, go deep on, and really claim as one of your magnetic strengths. Because this is how energy works. Remember, we manifest through emotion and energy, not from a strategy. So if you want to get that extra secret sauce, it could be that you really double down on following your passion. Suddenly you get all these innovations about the direction that the business is going in. Yeah, so we're trying to sexy you up a bit with your brands. Okay, put in the chat if anything's if what you're grabbing if you're a romantic, and what you're really going to lean into, and just have a look which one feels like you've dropped the ball on it a little bit. It's not quite as activated. Pick that one as well, and you can lean into both. these are not, someone said, can we use these for our money archetypes? So you've got to understand the money archetypes and the brand archetypes are separate. So the brand is you. Your brand is you. It's the magnetic you. The money archetypes is kind of the magnetism of the business. And you partner up with that as a separate thing. So that's another training. So if your money is romantic, it's quite similar to the brand, but that's another category. Okay, innocent. Who have we got? Who's the innocent? Who have we got? Who's the innocent? So the innocent spiritual contract is to make us new again. So the promise of the innocent is that we can be happy. The innocent touches our heart and holds out hope that somehow we can escape the hectic life around us and find our own utopia. The innocent's unwavering faith and optimism speaks to our need for simpler times, wholesomeness, and honest values. They create a long-lasting loyalty because there is always some part of us that wants to be a kid or feel taken care of again. Put in the chat if you're an innocent. Now, the reason why I have all the words on the slides, and I do talk about them aside from what's on the slides, but that's because every one of those sentences is just for the innocent or the romantic or whatever I'm talking about. And there's power in that. So I don't want to change it. That's why there's a lot of slides on. Also, you can take a lot of words on the slides. Also, you can take a photo of it, right? So it's very powerful. Every single word about you is very powerful. There's energy in words. Yeah. So you magnetically attract clients who desire to escape to something gentle and simple. So one thing you might want to think about now, are your marketing funnels complicated or simple? Is the way you do your presentations or the way that you coach complicated or simple? So you want to move towards a simplicity. They want to feel that when they're working with you, it's not complicated, it's straightforward, it feels gentle, they feel soothed. And you'll be wanting to be like that anyway. So what your clients want, they love feeling a childlike wonder. They love feeling sentimental about days gone by. They want to relinquish responsibility, at least for a brief period. They crave feeling fresh, renewed, and made new again. So you give your brand a feeling of escape, simplicity, and ease, and position yourself and your business as a sanctuary. So you can see this works for any industry, whether you're a CEO, whether you're in real estate, whether you're a coach or a healer. That's the energy that you're putting out. That's the magnetic energy that you have. So to become magnetic, this is the energy that you're really going to double down on. You're going to allow yourself to really stand for this. You're going to message about this. You're going to go and write emails about this after the training. It's about embracing simplicity, creating paradise, unwavering optimism, relying on faith, seeing the good, providing relief, highly trusting, being happy. So remember, marketing's about messaging, marketing strategy and tactics and funnels and data. But what we're really interested in to be really good at marketing, we're really interested, what we need to be really interested in is our magnetic brand. And that's our messaging. So the messaging's got to come through you to be magnetic. Otherwise, it's just more shit on the internet. Okay, it's just another person going to get the listing. It's just someone else. So we're asking you to activate this magnetic soul that's inside of you. That's how we do it. So, a really simple strategic marketing hack would be to get one of those statements and try and put it into an email, or do a whole email, a whole blast on what that means. You're just naturally going to attract the people that you have, as we say in the spiritual, you have soul contracts to work with. Their soul already knows that you're the person that can help them. So then we're working in the invisible. It's a whole lot of stuff that's beyond the words, beyond the marketing, that people are picking up about you. And that's what it is to have a magnetic brand. So the hero. Who's a hero? So your spiritual contract is to achieve grace by triumphing over adversity. So the hero's bravery and courage can take many forms, from toughness, conquest to battle, to championing those who cannot stand up for themselves. The hero finds strength in adversity and values resilience, honor, and ambition. They have an interior quest of proving worth, facing fear, and overcoming great obstacles. Their grit and determination inspires us with the courage to achieve more than we thought possible. No matter what, the hero taps into our sense of honor, values, and conviction. So, you know, put in the chat, are you a hero? What is that? You know, are you a hero? Is that what you are? See if we've got any heroes. So you'd see that Gary Vee's a bit of a hero, isn't he? He's just like, yep, keep going, work harder, do it, go and do some push-ups, start at 4 o'clock, go to the 5 a.m. club. It's the whole vibe, yeah? It's the whole hero. So you magnetically attract clients who are championed to better their best, who want to be championed to better their best. So you can just really pull out the language around that, be really magnetic around that. Now, you probably already are. And what we know about business is when we've got strengths, when we've got momentum, when we've got flow, we double down. Like we're starting to make sales, there's a bit of a flow happening. We sell some more. We go harder with the marketing. We don't take our foot off the accelerator, we go harder. So, you know, if that's what it's like with a magnetic brand. If you've got some flow with this, you double down on it. You really double down on it and it becomes your thing. It's like the energy that will stand out over everybody else's energy. So what your clients really want, they want to be safe from struggle, and they're going to seek you out when they feel most vulnerable. They want to feel the thrill of victory and achievement. So you've got to give your business a feeling of durability, power, and winning, and include a dose of humility. So, you know, they're humble leaders, the heroes. They're very strong, they're very tough, but they know that, you know, there's a kind of a humility that comes with true toughness because they've been through a lot of stuff. So you really showcase that in your messaging and in the style of work that you're doing. Everyone wants to feel like a winner, and you can help people achieve more than they ever felt possible. Okay, to become magnetic as a hero, these are your strengths: courageous action, setting boundaries, overcoming adversity, defending integrity, protecting the vulnerable, braving fear, inspiring mental and physical toughness, and highly sensitive. So pick one of those if you're a hero. Really, you know, it's so powerful just to kind of focus on one thing at a time and to get to the next level, to get to that higher level of success where you get really a lot of mastery around one theme. You know, you really push the one theme to get the theme out there. And, you know, which one would you like to really choose today? The other thing I want to say about them is they're highly sensitive. So it's a form of deep intuition. Like they've got a really strong gut instinct and they've got that sensitivity. So other people are talking about being intuitive, this or that. The hero's got their own style of intuition or gut feel. They can sense what's the right direction in business and what people are meant to be doing. So you'd really be talking about that to be magnetic. Okay, jesters. Have we got any jesters? So the spiritual contract of the jester is to offer a different perspective. So they're never satisfied with the status quo. The jester uses their cleverness to help us see the world from a new perspective. Their love of the unexpected jars us out of complacency and reminds us not to take life too seriously. Their disrespect for what is proper often puts them at the odds with the powers that be, yet by doing so, they create lots of ideas and innovations. So they give us permission to have fun and escape our daily cares and responsibilities, and they add enjoyment and predictability to our lives. So they're kind of like the class clown. You might have remembered them in school, but they're also the ones that are calling out how it could be different. So they're very, very innovative. They're a little bit disruptive at the same time. So you magnetically attract clients who want change and a different perspective. Like they're sick of it. They want it to be lighter, funnier, more novelty, and they want it to be different. Just put in the chat if you are a jester. It's interesting. Okay, so what your ideal clients want? They want to have fun with everyday issues and escape everyday issues. They want to laugh. They want to be surprised. They want you to help them tap into their youthful, playful side. Make sure you come across as fresh, colorful, and take a playful approach. So, TikTok would probably be not a bad, platform for you to be on. If you're a jester, I'm sure you could be doing all sorts of good stuff on there. So they do cool things, funny things. They break the pattern. They snap people out of their pattern. They help people lighten up no matter how difficult their challenges can be. So becoming magnetic, highly creative. They're highly creative, fast thinking, being clever, lots of energy, breaking stereotypes, sparking laughter, changing the mood, and being irreverent. And so what I want to say about the jester, even though they seem really light, they deal with they can deal with quite heavy situations. They do really well working with people with trauma, very serious business decisions, because they don't take it on and they can change the mood. Like it can be if they're coaching, it can be a pretty deep and dark thing, and they can lighten it. They can just switch someone out of a mood into a different perspective. They're very, very clever, the jester archetype, very clever. So the alchemist spiritual contract is to make dreams come true. They're a visionary, catalyst, innovator, charismatic leader, mediator, shaman, healer, medicine man or woman. They inspire us to commit to a vision of what we can be or do. Their work promises transformation and has the allure of instant change and results. They love synchronicity, are unconventional and hopeful, and they value the link between magic and practical outcomes. They bring a sense of magic, transforming ourselves and our situation into what we dream it can be. So put in the chat if you're an alchemist. Alchemist is my second archetype, so I just love this stuff. I usually attract people who either need an alchemist or are an alchemist. And so, the other thing too, you might have quite a meat and potatoes business and you may not be that into the woo. So therefore you might come across as a catalyst in your industry or an innovator or even a visionary. So you don't have to be, I've had very meat and potato, I want to call them meat and potato business people come to me before, and we've seen that they're actually a shaman. And a shaman, that doesn't mean to say they're into plant medicine and all the rest of it. They're actually not. This far from their world. But what they had about them is they could easily see something for someone else. They could see things that other people couldn't see about themselves in their, entrepreneurial game, the building companies. They could see things that no one else could see. They had the alchemist archetype. They didn't know they necessarily had that. They just thought that, they were good at business, I think. So, we've got this extra sort of essence about us that we need to claim and really take to the next level to be magnetic. And, if you know yourself, you can be more magnetic, know thyself, it's one of the oldest philosophies. So the more you know how good you are, the more you love how good you are, the more you accept how good you are and put it on steroids, preferably without taking steroids, you're going to be on fire and you're going to put it out into the world. So that's what we want to do. So magnetically attracting clients who desire something in their lives to be magically transformed. So, that's who I attract. That if you're an alchemist, you'll attract people who somehow they just want to get out of the shit, or somehow they just want to go the next level and they just want it to be magical. They don't want it to be, you work on your business for 5 years and that's your 5-year plan. Sure, you might have that in the background, but they're going to be drawn to you because they want this magic of it happening kind of overnight, or there's a quickening in the success. Yeah. So what your ideal clients want, they crave change in areas important to them. They want to make it easier for you. They want you to make it easier to reach their goals. This is the essence of making change feel magical. They love anything new or amazing, mystical or ancient in origin. They want to help you realize their dream, give you a clear vision, and help them with a new possibility. Make sure your unique brand takes a specific desire and makes it feel transformational. Your alchemist is ideal for helping people feel that what they want is possible. So I'll just point this out here. You know, I get a lot of alchemists and a lot of healers and coaches as well. And they're so in their craft of transformation. They're so in the craft of their coaching and their healing that they forget the piece at the second to last paragraph. Make sure you take a specific desire and make it feel transformational. Can you see that? So you're just talking about transformation and healing and how great it's going to be, but you forget to take the specific desire. So, you know, I'm an alchemist. This could be a good example. I want to really activate your energy around how you are, how amazing you are in the world. That's what I want to do. But instead, I'm doing that as well as talking about having a magnetic brand. Everyone wants a magnetic brand, but we want the transformation where you get activated and think, oh my God, I'm amazing. You know, and as I said, I've had 15 grown men cry just reading their cards when they just find out what they are, because it's transformational. So is anyone crying? We can't see because we've got the screen up. But, you know, it's so powerful when you come back to yourself, like you actually come back to yourself and you go, oh my goodness, I'm on, ready, set, go. This is me. I'm here and I've got these gifts. I'm allowed to be this. I'm allowed to do that. So just make sure you take a specific desire if you're an alchemist. Don't just talk about the transformation like it's all the clouds. We want to know the mountain that they're climbing, not just the clouds and the sun that they're going to see. Okay, so becoming magnetic. If you're an alchemist, you're highly innovative, you're creating change, you're producing ideas, you're highly intuitive, you're inventing new solutions, you're transforming situations, you're accessing unseen powers, and you're inspiring possibility. That's what you do. So look into it. What do you want to grab today? What do you want to take out to email to your list? What do you want to write from the heart about? Remember, if you're in your heart and your business, that's how you can access the next level. Otherwise, you're going to be worried all the time about what the strategies are. You get the downloads through the heart about what's coming next. So if in your heart, you're always going to know where the business is going, what the next strategy is, what the next marketing thing is. You're always going to know because you'll be in your heart. So if you can't do business with the mind. So anything jumping out here? Anything jumping out here that you want to take forward if you're an alchemist and just write from the heart about taking a specific desire, solving the problem? Okay, humanitarian. We've got some humanitarians here. Your spiritual contract is to speak up for the common man or woman. So the humanitarian's preference is to be working behind the scenes for what they believe is fair and just, though they're willing to take center stage for an important cause. They want to be sure everyone feels heard, recognized, and valued. And in their I'm just like you style, they're often the driving force behind great social change. We love the humanitarians. So they lead from the trenches. They're often inspiring others with their simple, forthright character. So they tap into our desire that we all count. We each have a voice, no matter what our status is in life. Can you see they're relatively similar to the hero, but the energy and the frequency of them is more that everyone gets heard, that everyone gets included, whilst the hero is more like, come on, let's do our best. We're going to like an army, a tribe, you know, going for gold. This is more like everybody gets included. Can you feel the energy of it? So you magnetically attract clients who desire a sense of belonging just as they are. They just want to be accepted. So what your ideal clients want, they crave friendship, connection, and they value everyday honest qualities over elite status. So if you're a humanitarian, it may not be strategic to do photo shoots in a, you know, jet plane or a Lamborghini. It will put off your idea. You probably wouldn't want to anyway, but someone might want you to do it. You might get a new brand person that's making a bit flashy, and it's gonna, you know, they're gonna say, you're not gonna go to the top unless you do this, you know, shiny it up a bit. You know, well, actually, I'm all about honest everyday qualities. And you can sit in that, you know, you won't lose your alignment. So establish in your brand that you share common down-to-earth values of goodness and community, being sure never to put on airs. Everyone wants to feel like they belong, and your humanitarian brand can easily create a long-lasting bond of loyalty and friendship. So becoming magnetic, creating community, this is how we do it, embracing diversity, easily approachable, fighting for equality, being unpretentious, supporting the underdog, representing simplicity, and seeing magic in the ordinary. So if you're a humanitarian, just take a shot of that and just think, what if I just went completely into embracing diversity? What does that mean to me? Is it a diversity of products, services, people, ideas? What is it? Do I sponsor as a charity? We have a charity thing. Is my company going to sponsor a particular charity and really showcase that? What is it going to be? So you can really get so much juice into your business by knowing what you are. Okay, Sage. So the Sage spiritual contract is to discover the truth and share wisdom. So the Sage is driven to search for information, wisdom, and insight and share these with the rest of the world. They're a natural skeptic and they seek to find proof or evidence to validate their discoveries and insights. At their best, the Sage integrates information and insight to uplift our spirit and advance our lives. So when expressing their gifts, the Sage is able to uncover true wisdom from the merely factual. They value experience, advice, and a legacy, and they appeal to our desire for rationale, logical explanations to support insights. Who have we got? We've got a Sage in here, bound to have. So magnetically attracting clients who desire information they can trust and believe. Yeah, they want the information they can trust and believe. Okay, so what your clients really want is they crave information and then they crave making up their own mind. They want their opinions to be respected. Perfect for the Sage, because actually the Sage doesn't really like followers. It gets a buzz from other kind of smart people who are thinking about things a little bit more. They get a lift from that. So they value empathy and they want to know that you've been in their shoes so they can learn the steps that you took from struggle to success. So you know how you get coached and you get encouraged to tell your story. Everyone gets encouraged to tell their story. Well, actually, we might not want to hear everyone's story. It's not necessarily in alignment to hear everyone's brand stories. It becomes boring. Everyone's talking about themselves. But for the Sage, we want to hear the story. We need to hear the story. We need to hear the facts of the story. And it could be not a personal story. It could be the story of the business, how you up-leveled, the story of the market, the story of the person's struggle and success from down the road when you went through their, purchasing journey or whatever. Can you see what I'm talking about? So definitely we need to show the struggle if you're a Sage and make it really articulate and give all the facts about it. Establish in your unique brand that you're an expert, giving plenty of proof that your information can be trusted, and always show the pros and cons of working with you. So I just want to say something else about marketing. You know how everyone's getting coached into, or the marketers really use fear tactic marketing, where they're going, if you don't do this, this is going to happen. If you don't do this, this is going to happen. And it's smart. Like, we do need a percentage of that because we need to just appeal to the primitive brain of our human beings. Otherwise, they're not going to know that they need to work with us. But most archetypes don't need to go too far into that, right? Like an alchemist is probably going to talk a little bit more aspirationally about where someone's going because they're making dreams come true, right? They're not telling people the shit that they're in. So with the Sage, you have a whole handout on that. Like, you do a PDF on that, the pros and cons, the facts, the graphs, the whole thing. You're the archetype that just goes overboard on the pros and cons. We all have to do a few little pros and cons in our marketing, but you're going to really go into the pros and cons and give them, and then leave it to them. Step back. There you go. There's the pros and cons. Lean back, step back. There, yeah, you have it. So it's a different energy. Can you see that? So you're going to use knowledge-based tools like writing a book, producing reports, courses showing your expertise, keynotes, lots of facts on a keynote, not just the inspiration. You're gonna be magnetic by knowing so much about something. Everyone is hungry to increase their knowledge and abilities, and your Sage brand can easily be positioned as a trusted source that your clients will respect and admire. So becoming magnetic, your strengths are original thinking, seeking information, discovering the truth, enlightening others, being objective, encouraging independent thinking, sharing wisdom, and solving a mystery. So what we find, I have to say, the sages get so stuck on actually not doing something. Like they'll just they want to do the next course and the next course, and they want to do a PhD on it, and they just won't go out and serve the people. So we really want you to move into enlightening others. We want you to really share the wisdom. And remember, if you don't use your gifts, they turn against you. And then you're always going to feel, these are the ones that I think probably get the imposter syndrome the most, because there's always more to know. There's always more to learn. There's always someone who knows more than them. So they're afraid to put the information out there. So when you're magnetic, you believe in yourself so much that you've actually got some truth. You've extracted some truth that's actually going to help someone, that you just put it out there. You enlighten others. So you just make sure they, just about every single sage I've ever had gets stuck on this. I've never met one that doesn't. So you've got to make a promise to yourself that, you know, the thing of imperfect's okay. You know, there's that whole thing around imperfect's better than not done. That could be a really good mantra for a sage, because they just always feel like they should be adding more, learning more before they're ready to serve. You've got to serve as you go, serve it as you go, teach it as you go, share it as you go. There's always going to be more, and you're going to be doing more, sharing more, creating more courses, writing, and there's always another book you can write. So just get that one out, because you can write another one. Okay, so that's how the sage can be stuck. So the artist, your spiritual contract is to confidently honor self-expression. So the artist's drive to reimagine the ordinary and turn it into extraordinary is fueled by a deep desire to make things different than they are. So their imagination and unwillingness to conform is the catalyst for innovation and a never-ending stream of possibility. So their love of beauty can be expressed in any form, from great art to redesigning everyday tasks, objects, and recreating our lives. The artist lifts us up and gives us permission to create not only how we see our world, but who we are in it as well. So who have we got? Any artists in here? So you can never have ever painted a picture in your life, or, you know, crocheted a beanie and still be an artist. Okay, so you've got a creativity about your soul, the way you see things. You're like the Apple Mac of the brands. You know, you might do the same thing just differently. It's just going to have something a little bit sort of cool about it. It's just the way you are. So you magnetically attract clients who desire reinvention, and they want their unique stamp on something. So that's going to light you up, because you're just going to want to be recreating things. So your clients want from you, they want their creativity to be awakened. They want to be self-expressed and valued as an individual. They want to be involved in the process of creating or customizing something just for them. Give your unique brand and approach a self-expressive feel with lots of emotional, evocative imagery and encouraging imaginative language. So you get really into the language with your copy and your writing. Tell, you know, again, sort of draw the picture, put really colorful images, even if it's, you know, maybe have another look at your brand and see if it can have a few more images with it, more imagery. Everyone has an inner artist, and the artist helps your clients with something personal and meaningful. It's about honoring self-expression, remember? So if you're becoming magnetic, you're a bit like the hero. You've got a special frequency of intuition and tapping in, where you're just sensitive. Like, they're the ones that might use the language where they just know the market's changing, or they just get a sense they're going to market this way, or they're going to use these graphics. They're not so much talking about being intuitive. but they're sensitive to what's kind of in vogue in a way too. And so they've got creative problem solving, seeing opportunities, valuing self-expression, ability to reimagine something new, turning ordinary into extraordinary, love of complexity, and bursts of inspiration. Most artists get stuck on bursts of inspiration, but hey, that's the thing of creativity. You can't force creativity. It has to come, because it comes from something that's sort of outside of you in a way, isn't it? Inside, it's activated inside from something outside. So a lot of people that are artists get stuck on the bursts of inspiration. So what if you're an artist and you are that archetype, and you're thinking about the periods of time that you get frustrated because you can't get the clients, or you don't know about your marketing, or you're unsure about what direction to take? You can know that you will have a burst of inspiration. So you can allow the burst of inspiration. So you get out of the frustrated energy and allow the fact that because you're an artist, you will always have bursts of inspiration. It's not possible for you not to. So therefore, you just allow yourself to have them. Yeah, don't worry, because if you worry about being uninspired, you're going to block inspiration. So you relax and know that you will always have bursts of inspiration. Okay, we've got the Maverick, nearly there. Maverick, here we go. The spiritual contract is to challenge the world as we know it. They're driven to shake things up. They're rebel, they're a daredevil, they're a revolutionary. They're highly charismatic. These are the people we see online. The bro marketers are all, usually Mavericks. They're letting us do all sorts of things because they've gone ahead and they've disrupted the industry for us. Yep. So their power to transform is by disruption, breaking the rules, challenging authority. That their need to revolt is a powerful force behind great social change. They give us permission to express that part of us that is yearning to break loose and challenge limits. So you magnetically attract clients who want to stand out from the crowd. Yeah, so that's cool. You're going to do your best work with those people. Yeah. So what your clients want, they want to feel rebellious, free, even just temporarily. They want to stand out from the crowd or be part of a movement in a revolutionary way. So, a really good strategy for you if you are a maverick is to, try and work on getting a following. There's some good strategies around getting a following, because you're trying to create a movement. The other way you can do it, as an alignment coach, what we're trying to get people to do is align to like a higher kind of momentum for the business, a higher thought, commit to a higher level of what you can be and do, right? So you want to be thinking, I'm not creating a business, I'm creating a movement, and go from there, because the business will be easy then because your mind's going to a higher place. You're going further, you're playing bigger. So when you're leaning into something bigger, you'll naturally create more. So, don't worry about getting clients and concentrate on creating a movement. So your people want to leave responsibility behind. They want to feel free, different from others, and stop conforming and doing what is traditionally done. They're looking for a catalyst to bring out their inner rebel. Give your unique brand the feeling of being liberated or fighting for a cause, and use edgy images. So you can be a bit edgy when you're a maverick. You can be a little bit, not as conservative as the other archetypes. You can go for a little bit. So becoming magnetic, challenging authority, instigating change, creating something new. So you've always got to be thinking, what's the new thing, but you like doing that, don't be stressed about it. You're always going to have to create something new. Get used to it, double down on it. You're not the other archetypes that kind of got their plan for the year. They're filling their containers. You're following their business plan. You can't do that. You've got to be in that instigating change, like disruptive energy, that edgy energy. Breaking the rules of marketing, breaking the internet, breaking the way things are done, not caring what others think. You're the people that have to go live, do video, do all that stuff that some of us don't want to do. You have to. because you don't care what people think. We're following you in that way. We need your energy to be like that because we're activated by the maverick if we're not mavericks. Representing the underdog. So you want to take people with you, which is really juicy, mentor people, really try and there's a lot of business to be had by really representing the underdog too. And it's going to be really fulfilling for you spiritually. Starting a revolution and challenging limits. So pick what you've got there. What do you want to lean into? Use it as a bit of a marketing theme to do some marketing blasts out there, some messaging about who you are in the world. Okay, the ruler. Your spiritual contract is to create structure so others can prosper. Though often quiet, the ruler is commanding, authoritative, and has little patience for ambiguity. They appeal to our desire to feel important, in control, and in charge. They help us become king, queen of our domain, goddess of our domain. While they seem dominant, their true gift is empowering leadership and prosperity and success in others. Have we got any rulers? Bound to have heaps of rulers in here. So they magnetically attract clients who want to get things under control and feel a sense of mastery. Yeah, such a juicy archetype, this one. What your clients want from you, they want to feel secure, get organized, and feel that what they need has already been thought out for them by you. The ruler appeals to their desire to feel significant and important. They want to feel significant and important. That's why they're hanging around you, because they feel that you are significant and important. They want a leader that they can trust, admire, and be inspired by. Turn loose your natural ability to organize systems that make your clients feel appreciated, valued, and important, and give your unique brand the feeling of power and grace. The ruler is amazing at inspiring confidence in clients and team. So you're just kind of like the boss lady, boss man. But also, it's really, there's a whole lot of marketing things about this that you'd probably be naturally drawn to. And so being endorsed by other significant people, if it's an alignment and if it's an integrity, is really powerful for you. So seeking out other business leaders who are in alignment and integrity with your values can really, not only just the collaboration with those other people in business, but also having their endorsement is very powerful for your brand. Yeah, so we can look at, how that's one of the strategies of being endorsed by influencers or, testimonials. Make sure you pick really important clients or people that have significance, because people are going to want to come work with you because they're going to feel that you're going to soothe their aching for being significant and important. Yeah. So you embody that, and you get to embody it because it is your soul brand. It's part of you. You've got permission to be like that. When you see people who are trying to emulate their mentors who are rulers, who aren't rulers, they always feel like they're not enough. And that's why I don't like people not being in their own archetype, because they're going to feel like they're failing or they're not enough. So if they're on their own unique brand, they would be just as successful, just as wealthy, just as significant, but in their own way. And they'll be able to breathe as they do it. They won't lose oxygen doing it. So becoming magnetic, ruler strengths, taking charge, inspiring confidence, being responsible, generosity, demonstrating integrity, creating order out of chaos, creating ideal morals and standards, and empowering others. So, the ruler does really well talking about culture, like company culture, or, if you're in real estate and you're a ruler, you want to do some marketing around and some messaging. Well, I prefer to call it messaging around, the integrity of the values of the people that work with you and da-da-da-da-da. You might want to do some stuff around that, because it's all about growing the culture. It's all about growing the vibe of what you're doing. There's always an integrity. Yeah. So really talking a lot about integrity and what you stand for. So you could do a what I stand for post. That's very powerful. So do some journaling on that and some deep dives into what it is that you're actually standing for. Okay, the explorer. So the spiritual contract here is to discover deep fulfillment, freedom, and authenticity. So this is my number one archetype. So the explorer's drive is to seek new experiences. They have a foot in both the spiritual and the physical world, and they see both as landscapes for possibility and self-expression. They're restless and ambitious, and they have a quest for individuality and uniqueness. Their intense need for wide open vistas and new and exciting keeps them in momentum. They're often alone out in front, blazing the trail, and they shy away from depending on others. Their deeply rooted need for self-expression and individuality gives them a positive role model for discovering their own unique brilliance and originality. We've got any explorers? We've got one there, yep. So they magnetically attract clients who want to express their authentic individuality. Yep, they don't just want to be like, they want to be like who they are in business. And so what your clients want from you, they want to be free and true to themselves. They want to create their own unique mark in the world, and they'll look to you for the tools and solutions to help them reach this highly personal goal. They want to feel unique and special. You appeal to a time in their lives where their desire to express their unique and authentic individuality. Put your hands up if that's you. Like if you come to a point where that's it, I just want to be authentically my own thing in the world, going for gold. Yeah. So they are ambitious and goal achieving, and they want to live by their own values. Yeah. So you guys may be that. Give your unique brand an ambitious, goal achieving orientation, and let it reflect that the journey is as important as the destination. So, you know, when I'm doing my marketing, I'm always talking about results, goals, ambitions. I attract very driven, successful people. And so that, even though it's woo, what I do is a lot of it's quite woo, I'm really bringing it back to business, 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 business. This is a business platform. Yeah, we're clearing generational line of grandfather, da, 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 da. This is a business platform. Bringing it back. That would be the explorer. Okay, becoming magnetic, high achieving, willing to take risks, staying true to core values, driven and ambitious, pushing the limits, discovering the deeper meaning, never giving up, and unwavering optimism. Feel that? Quite similar to the resilient. They're quite resilient, as you can see, but like the hero, very resilient. They work quite hard. So as an explorer, I work quite a lot, and I usually attract people that are pretty focused on business. So that's a light up for me because I live in that world. So I like connecting with other people who are focused. Yeah. So that's how we do it. Okay, nurturer. We love the nurturer. So the spiritual contract for the nurturer is to care for, nourish, and protect our body, mind, and soul. Who's a nurturer? Put in the chat. The nurturer's compassion and generosity and caring envelopes us in a feeling that we are home. They care for our health, happiness, and well-being by soothing our hearts and taking care of things in our world. Could be houses, yeah, if you're in real estate. Although not typically the center of attention, their influence is felt through the community and society. The nurturer appeals to our need for comfort and acceptance no matter what. Yep. So you magnetically attract clients who desire feeling cared for, protected, and comforted. So you're going to be really putting out that into the world, that real caring energy. And you'll be naturally like that. Yeah, you'll be naturally like that. So what your clients want from you, they crave safety, both physical and emotional. They want to feel valued and appreciated and accepted just as they are. Establish in your unique approach that you're a safe haven, making sure your clients feel your caring, compassion, and generosity in every aspect of your business. Everyone wants to feel like their needs and feelings are important. When you make them the center of your world, they're going to love you for life. So you usually get long-term clients when you're a nurturer because you've usually poured quite a bit into your clients, no matter what business you're in. We just want to make sure that you charge really well. Again, if you're a romantic particularly, and if you're a nurturer, we want to make sure you've maybe just straight away put your prices up at least 10%. If you can squeeze your fees up a bit, do that, because you are going to give way more than anyone else. And we want to see all the testimonials. You could just do so much messaging around all the stories that other people tell about you, because you would have naturally given way more than any of your colleagues, any of your competition, just because you're a nurturer. Yeah. So we should really showcase that as part of your magnetic brand. And boundaries. You need to make sure you've got good team supporting you, or good self-care, you know, massage, whatever it is, space so you can meditate or dream or sleep or nap so that you don't burn out. Eat, you know, your vegetables and all those kind of things. Yeah. Because you'll burn out otherwise. So the becoming magnetic, your nurturer's strengths are you're moved by compassion, helping others, being positive, highly intuitive. They're highly intuitive. Protecting others, extreme generosity, sometimes to a fault. So we remember it says extreme generosity, not over the top extreme generosity, just says extreme generosity. So just check in when you just want to give something to someone, when you just before you say to a client, let me work on that for you, or let me come back and take your call at 11 o'clock tonight when you hear back from the broker. Just stop yourself. Make sure that you've got your little boundaries around when you're connecting with people, because you'll just be responding all the time and you'll have nothing left. So believing in second chances. Notice it's not third, fourth, fifth, sixth, just 2. Just give them 2. That's enough. That's nurturing. Other people are only giving 1. You've given 2, not 10. And be sensitive to others' needs. Yeah. I've got so much time for the nurturer. I've got a lot of compassion for them just because I see what they're doing in the world. They're just really such good people. Okay, so breaking the tie. When you go to do your assessment, if you haven't already done it, and you've got more than 2 in first place or more than 2 in second place, you're only having 2. Because can you imagine if you were more than 2? Because it's quite a lot for your soul. Of course, you're multidimensional and you're all things, you're all these things. But for business, am I doing this? Is this the right strategy? Oh, that thing's online. That could be good. You're going to get distracted. We want you to be focused. So you're going to focus on just 2. So if you've got 2 in first place, that's your 2. Now, it's powerful to choose which one feels stronger, because you might have to make a decision between this offering or that offering, and you can't do both, and you'll choose the offering that you're most guided to choose, by the way. But also, if you still can't work it out, you'll go for the one that is the number 1 archetype. So, okay, I'll do the thing that an explorer would do, not the thing that the alchemist would do in this moment. Yeah. So it just helps you make decisions around some of the business decisions that you're going to make. So if you've got 1 in first place, you've got 3 or something in second place, you've got it. You can go through, the recording's going to go out and you guys can get the recording and you can go through again. Maybe you've taken the slides. If you haven't done it, you might not have done that. And you've got to work out which one will empower me the most to stretch and grow into my next level of success. Okay, so Ivana, I think that's how I say your name. You've got 3 and 49. So you forget the ones at 48 because you've got 3 at 49. That's enough to deal with. And then you've got to work out which 3 out of the 49 is lighting you up. Feels like you'll feel it. It feels like a little bit of like, oh, I feel like a little bit of excitement around that. And you're only allowed 2. So you're going to drop one of the ones with the 49 score. That makes sense. Okay, any questions? That's got that thing. Yeah, just let me know. Put in the chat if you've got any other questions. And this is how you choose. It's simple. You look at the spiritual contract and you ask yourself, you're choosing between a jester and an alchemist. Am I feeling called to offer a different perspective, or am I feeling called to make dreams come true? Man, I'm really into this different perspective at the moment. Okay, I'm going with jester. Feels like I feel all this juice coming through around. I can feel the activation of the business. I can feel the innovations coming. I can feel the clients nearby. You got to know energetically, your clients are always at the edge looking in. They're always at the edge looking in. When you're magnetic, you just draw them in. Yeah, that's how it works. So your clients are seeing you online. They've seen your emails, your potential clients. They're on the edge of your energy field, if we're talking about energy. When you're magnetic, they just come closer. They just come in, and they don't know why. They just feel like it's the right thing because you're in alignment. You're doing what you're meant to be doing. You're authentic. Yeah. You're on soul purpose because you're following your soul contract. And if I went to your parents and said, oh, you know, does such and such, were they always like, they go, oh yeah, he's always been really nurturing. He used to bring in these little sparrow birds and da, da, da. They'll say, yeah, he's always been like that. So it's easier to, we've got a lot of work to do, guys, usually. If you're into really up leveling and you're ambitious, it's quite a bit of work to do. None of you are here for a hobby, I don't imagine. And so we want to have that never ending connection to source, energy, inspiration, juju, if you like. Yeah. And so that you can really activate your best work in the world. Yeah. Okay, everyone good on that? Everyone know what they're doing? And then I've got this. So if you want to come and do a deeper dive with me, I'm going to be doing 3 months of weekly sessions. Actually, it's 2 weekly because you're going to do some energy clearing and healing. And then we're doing a big activation on your business, as well as some healing and clearing work as well. But we're going to get really clear on the marketing and really activate the flow and the magnetic charge of your business. So if you want to reach out to me and ask me if it's a fit for you, go to the website. You'll see Magnetic Money. Just go Magnetic Money on jencouple.com.au. And yeah, love to have you in there if you're a fit and you feel called to it. So you'll feel a magnetic, oh my goodness, I feel like I got to realign, go deep, go big on this. So thank you guys. And what I might do is I might just stop sharing and we'll all bounce back into the da-da. Okay, so tell me, is there any questions? Put in the chat. I'm here for you to answer any questions that you might have. So go for it, and I can answer them for you now. Anybody? Did you all manage to do the assessment okay? Awesome.